Put in a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is Rift Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Sensitive/offensive content disclaimer. Please note that this podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Hey, how the there, everybody, and how you doing there this evening? And welcome to Bag of Nuts with Miss Susan over here, Viking Susan. Yeah, with the weird hat. So awesome. So let's say hello to a couple of people here. But first, let's pay the sponsors. There you go. This episode has been brought to you by Ghost of Staunton, Booze, Paranormal Equipment, and SS Crystal and Crafts. Woohoo! Yeah, I finally got down to the new intro there, Linda. So I says, all right, let me get something a little bit more goofier. So that's the only animated actions I could come up with last minute. But welcome, Miss Linda Nielsen from YouTube, Kendra Menard from YouTube, Michelle Gaps, what you doing over on Facebook? Robert White also over on YouTube. And we have Chris Fox over on Facebook. So, well, thank you for the love and the new intro. So today, normally I do like this 3-card spread. I rush through and you know what? I'm not doing that today. It's not what I want to do today. So we're doing today something known as the 5 directions. You know, usually it's earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. Well, it's similar when you're dealing with the runes, except as usual, I'm not casting the runes. I casting the cards. So like I have to cast the cards, even though I found my desk, the way I throw stuff and drop stuff, I'd get runes all over my desk. So that's what we're doing today. And we'll get to as many people as possible. And we'll see if this accuracy of this particular type of read is slightly different. So what do you say we take our time and have a little bit of fun? And yes, I'm doing really good. Oh my God, you could see him in the background. I didn't even know that. Yeah, my new little kitty cats I'm making in the background there with the crystal necklaces on them. Oh, they are visible. They're cute though, aren't they? My little kitties started making those. All right, so we're going to get into this and we're going to do this and we're going to have a lot of fun. So it's going to be, sorry, I hate when that something sticks out, it's out of place. So let us say we start right off and get into this. And we're going to start right off with Miss Linda Nielsen. This is what we're going to start off with, because as always, there's readings in here. Now, I'm also testing a new crystal on myself to see how it interacts with spirit energy, and I'll let you guys know. So you guys can let me know. So let's test out the works and have a little bit of fun. And I'm sporting my hat today. Yeah, I'm sporting my hat. So, because it's a rainy day, so it's just easier to get your hair up out of your face. Oh my goodness. So, the new set of crystals I am doing today, I'm testing. I love to test things. Sugarlight. It's called Sugarlight, Sugarlight is what it's called. So I'm testing that today, and it's supposed to work with not the crown, but I think it's the star chakra. So it's supposed to open up a little bit more. So let's find out if this does help individuals when they do readings. And that's what I want to find out. Okay, so what do you say? And again, we're going to do the 5-card spread. Well, thank you. And we're going to start off again with Miss Linda. We're going to shuffle it up, and we're going to see what Spirit has to say through the runes today. So this will be really quite interesting. Okay, we got card 1. Card 1. Let's make a little space on my desk here. We've got 1. We've got, that's 2. That's 3. That's 4. And this is 5. Okay, so the way it actually works, I know it kind of goes backwards the way that it's dealt, but what can we say? The first one we do have in the mix is now these. And again, it doesn't really look like that. And that's in the number 1 position. Now, the number 1 position for this, I normally don't do this, so I have cheat notes. So here we go. Hello, Miss Sandra. So we go. Let's see. This is the past and its influences on your query, which means what it is that you've been working on. Okay, so this now these has to do with the past influences. So that one can't be upside down either, because that's like one direction. Okay, so we're talking again. We're talking now these. And I know it looks really, really funky. We're talking needs and shadow work. And again, when it came up, it was upside down. But as you can see by the rune cannot be upside down. There's no such thing. It's the same. Okay, so in the past, you worked a lot with your basic needs and getting rid of things that kind of blocked you. Thank you, Keith. So, and things that kind of blocked you out. So this is what it is that you were working on in order to help reach your goal, is what they're saying. Okay, now we have Tiwaz. Now Tiwaz is in the upside down direction, which kind of makes sense because according to position 2, you're dealing with problems and potential obstacles on your path. Okay, so this is what we're dealing with in the second card. Now, the first card was your past. You were working a lot on yourself. These are the obstacles that you need to look for right now. Now, Tiwaz normally represents victory, like a warrior god is what it represents. Your obstacle is getting through the bumps in the road. And thank you very much. Okay, this is a particular warrior rune. It's almost like a part of you is tired of the fight, tired of the battle. It's a little difficult for you to actually move forward, to get that forward direction going. Okay, so this is a big obstacle. This is the obstacle that's going to block any forward movement for you right now. In your particular case, this is like, it's like sometimes you feel like you have to jump through hoops just to go from point A to point B. Kind of like you're driving on a road where there's construction everywhere and everywhere's in one way. It's very frustrating. That's the type of energy that we're picking up with number 2. Okay, now number 3. Give me number 3. Thank you. Kenny's Oz. Number 3 is Kenny's Oz. Now, Kenny's Oz deals with your stroke of luck and other beneficial influences working in your favor towards your particular goal. Okay, Kenny's Oz is also fire. But see, what it's saying is the knowledge. Okay, the knowledge you have. The knowledge that it is that you have. So in other words, you have the blocking influence here, but you also have the knowledge to be able to work through the obstacle course. Okay. This is what we're actually working on. This is the obstacle course you are actually working on to help you maneuver what's happening. Now, the fourth position is the immediate outcome. Okay. This is the immediate outcome, which is number 4 position, is what we have coming up. Isa is ice, ice, baby. Isa, ice. This is understanding, cosmic coherence, understanding of everything that is coming in for you. Okay. This is the final outcome. You're going to have total understanding of everything. Everything's going to be, thank you, in sync. And they don't mean the band. They mean everything is going to sync together. And this is the immediate outcome, immediately what's happening. Okay. Now, in the 5th position, we're dealing with radio. Now, in the 5th position, this particular one, the rune actually represents both the eventual outcome or the lesson that should have been learned by the experience. And again, what's the experience again? Tiwa, obstacle course, okay? Or this way, that way, one way blocked, one way this way blocked, one way that way blocked. So it's like a big thing, okay? So radio comes into play as the absolute final outcome is what we have happening right here, which is actually pretty cool. That's the wheel, solar chart, rhythm, the way things are actually moving, okay? So things are finally going to be moving. This is just a little lesson from the way this is being put together, or your particular read. Everything is going to go fine. You just need to get through this. Okay. Get through that obstacle course. Just think of it like you're driving locally, especially in the city of New Bedford. You're driving locally. Okay. In my city, everything is a one way and there's construction everywhere. It takes forever to get from point A to point B. That's what this is. That's what the energy feels like. It's frustrating. You could be late. This is happening. This is happening. So it's like stalls, backtrack, rework around. But eventually they're saying that things are going to work out correctly. And again, that was for Linda. That one was for Linda. So let me know. And again, like I said, I'm working with a new crystal. And I'm also working with a different type of spread here today. I wanted to try something a little different and a little bit more detailed. I haven't got to you yet, Chris. Okay, right now we're over on YouTube. If you look at the screen, you can see all the multi-screen chats. Jump up on the stump, squats down, crosses arms, and watches. Yeah, this is just, I wanted to add a little bit more detail for you guys. So let me know how it is. That fits good. That's what I want to know. Like I said, I'm working with new crystals. Next up, also over on YouTube, is Kendra Maynard. After Kendra Maynard, we have Michelle Capps. And everybody that I can fit in today is going to get this particular type of read. And like I said, I'm testing a new crystal I found, and I want to see how the energy actually fits with the reads too. So be 100% honest, guys. You never know, right? So, and that's what we have going on right now. So, we had Kendra Maynard come on down. We'll shuffle you up. We're going to do the same, the 5 directions is what it's actually called, earth, air, fire, water, spirit, or north, south, east, west is what we're doing. Hello, Miss Nikki. So this is what we're actually doing today right now. So we're going to start off with the next one, which is actually Miss Kendra Maynard. And the first position, of course, let's find out what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. He's teaching me Spanish. Okay, Miss Kendra, Fayu. Okay, this is the past influences on the situation. Revolves around Fayu. Fayu revolves around, Fayu revolves around money. And Zeus, which also looks like an F, but they go this way, revolves around money. This has to do with your ancestors. This has to do with family and ancestors. They kind of influenced a lot of what was happening within you, almost like they would over suggest what is happening, or kind of push their opinion, but they're showing this in the past. So there has to be a reason. Maybe you've come out and you've learned to like focus and listen to yourself. So let's find out what it says. Radio is actually upside down. So the wheel in the two possession, which is the problem and the obstacle on your path, this is actually going to be moving in an upside down position. It's not, the wheel is going to stutter. It's going to stop moving. These are the issues. In order for you to have that ability to be able to move forward, to get through this particular thing, this is your obstacle. It's like a stuck in a traffic jam. I'll tell you one thing. It must have had something to do with the rain today and all the construction around me, but everything seems to be traffic related. So this, we're kind of like stuck, like an inch a minute. This is the obstacle you have to face in order to be able to move forward. So it's going to take a little bit of time in order for you to be able to move in that particular direction. Okay. So take your time on that one. Now that's kind of all right. Now we have Kenny Zaz coming up for you. Okay. Kenny Zaz is going to be in the third position. The third position has to do with your luck and beneficial influences working in your favor. Okay. What's working in your favor, and this is going to sound ridiculous, not fire, but water. Okay. Don't get mad. Allow it to flow. Okay. And sometimes too much knowledge isn't always good. So be careful with what type of knowledge, or, oh, thank you. Be careful of where you're getting your knowledge. Like those false things they have on Facebook all the time, or this information is false. It's very difficult to pinpoint whether or not the information is truthful or not. Okay. So that's what you need to work out for. If you can get through those particular obstacles, then luck and everything will work with you. Okay, the next one we have coming up is Ewaz. Now, Ewaz cannot be dealt upside down because it looks the same. Ewaz. Sounds like some kind of a weird animal. All right, the number 4 position is the immediate outcome. Okay, Tree of Life. Okay, dreaming, magic. Okay. And the card actually represents death. What is death? Ending of old, beginning of new. Okay. So this is the new beginning, the new you actually coming out of all of this mess that you have. And this is something that will happen within you immediately coming to you. If not, if it's something you haven't gone through already. Like I said, I'm just reading cards, but unfortunately, Enzeus is the last card in this position, which is the card that's actually, it represents both eternal. Okay, this is going to be eternal outcome and the lesson you need to learn. So we need to pay close attention to Uros. Uros is power. Okay, and we don't want to not charge our batteries. I always say that, go someplace to recharge your batteries, things you need to do. Okay, and again, getaways, vacations, power outages within yourself. I don't know why I said that. Creativity might be on the little low side. So the only way to avoid this is when we're going through this and we're dealing with this, what we need to do is we need to look more towards taking those breaks to recharge our energy, is what it's actually telling me. So take your time, recharge your focus, recharge your energy of a particular direction that you're heading into. Okay. Remember to take those breaks. Everybody needs what is known as those battery recharges. Okay. I love to go to the beach. I love to do certain situations like that. Those things do help. And that's what they're saying for you. And again, this is the 5-card directional spread is what we're dealing with right now. Now we're going to go over to Facebook here. On Facebook, we have Michelle Caps, and then we have Chris Fox. So Michelle Caps is actually first over on Facebook. I'm just jumping in the order that the comments actually come in. Hello, Miss Lisa Parrish. And Mr. Odell is in house. Hello, Kelly Corral. So, Michelle, you come on down. We're going to do some shuffle off the buffalo and see if we can find the correct direction for you. As I said, I'm working with, oh, look at this one, jumped right out of the deck. Isa jumped right out of the deck. Ooh. Isa, ice, baby. I know I got to stop that. All right, so let's get this. And again, this is Michelle Caps. Come on down. You are next here. So position 1. Oh my God, you see me shuffle, right? Isa. Okay, Isa came right off the bat. Oh, Iwaz upside down in the third tradition. There is Oz upside down. Iwaz is okay. Let's see. Ingwaz cannot be upside down, so that's a pretty cool thing. And again, first position has to do with past influences. And again, this has to do with understanding, coherence. Thank you. Ice, things being solid. Okay. In the past, everything was like almost not moving type of solid. Not like ice on top of an ocean where it floats. This is solid. This sucker's not going nowhere. Like you didn't defrost your freezer in a long time, and those things are not coming out type frozen. This is the past. There was no movement, there's no way to understanding how to get it to move. Okay, so that's something that's leaving right now. Okay, now Iwas, again, those are the problems, obstacles in your path. Okay, Iwas unfortunately looks like a W at the moment. That's not always good, but let's find out. These are the problems and your obstacles. So it's always good to get the obstacles out of the way in that position. And I didn't pick it just the way it is. Obstacles right now have to do with relationships. Okay. Now, when we're talking relationships, it could be friends, it could be family, it could be loved ones, it could be neighbors. Okay. These are relationships, work related relationships. There is something happening that the relationships themselves are not going the way that they should. And again, twos. For some reason, this is a twin card, twin god. Iwas has to do with twins. So we're talking two. Okay, so it could be either two people at work or two separate places or two separate situations that are going to be affecting you. That's the challenge that you need to face. Okay, so we need to work through these challenges. And sometimes when we know what's coming to us, it becomes a little bit easier. Now, in the third position is what we're talking about. In the third position is your stroke of luck and beneficial influences working in your favor. Okay. We do. Okay. So unfortunately, this particular card is not in the right side position. So, and this one normally represents Thor. Okay. And that's protection, polarity, and regeneration. But believe it or not, it's lucky that you're not protected. And sometimes people like, how could I not be lucky? Because there could be a new situation coming to you that this leaves you open to. It's like, thank you very much. It's like having an argument with a boss where something happens and you're kind of leaving a situation. The next thing you know, you have this really wonderful opportunity that you never would have looked into if it wasn't for the fact that this happened. Okay, so this is something that's actually good. This is luck coming. This is luck clearing your path at the moment. Okay, now number 4, we're dealing with Iwas. Iwas is the immediate outcome. Okay, and again, this one can't be upside down. No matter what you do with it, still looks like a bloody Z. This is dreaming, magic. The magical things are actually coming and happening. Excuse me, Yggdrasil, the tree of life, new beginning, connecting to the 9 realms. And that's what Yggdrasil does. That's the tree of life. It connects to all 9 realms. So when we're talking this, we're talking that this is actually coming in. This is the new beginning. This is something that you've been, looking for, dreaming for. Thank you, dreaming. You've been dreaming about this or dreaming about either heading in this position or going in this direction or adding, whether it's, say, taking a small business and making it larger or heading to a place where there are better benefits. This is something that will be coming to you. Now, the long distance outcome of this one which number 5 is it. Both represents the eventual outcome and the lesson you should learn from the experience that it is that you're going to have. Okay, so now we're talking, what are we talking here? Inguas, right? Yes, Inguas. So we're talking Inguas right now. So Inguas is coming into play. And oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. So I will hold on a second. Inguas. Really? Wow. Okay, so Inguas is actually going to come into play as the final outcome of what is happening. This is true love, music, harmony, fertility. And again, fertility is a birth. It's a creative idea. It doesn't necessarily mean, oh my God, girl, you're going to get pregnant. No, it represents the birth of a new idea, birth of something new actually coming. And that's what sometimes fertility, it's growth. Because what happens when women get pregnant, they there's something that grows in their belly, in their body. So this is growth. This is a new beginning, and this is a really good one to have, because then we're having the true love, the music, which represents peace. Everything's going to be thank you. Everything's going to be connected to where it is going to be very relaxing and beneficial and awesome stuff actually coming up to you, which is really good. Okay, so that is the one we have for you. And like I said, guys, I do have a show after me tonight. Don't forget to check out Mystic Mayhem after me. And then Miss Joni as I shuffle. Miss Joni, of course, Mystery Behind the Scenes on Wednesday. Thursday is coming. Not saying when, but it is. And let's see. We also have... Paranormal Outlaws is on, I think, the bye week. And then we have Mr. Odell himself. Don't forget Mr. Odell on the, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze here. On the Orion Effect, the Otter's Den. So check out every show, like, subscribe, and follow. All right, we had one more over on Facebook. So we're going through as many people as I can get tonight with this particular type of read. The next one on Facebook was Chris Fox. So Chris Fox, if you'd like to come down. After Chris Fox is Sandra Dye. Those are the next two. So come on down if you're still here. Okay, good. So I guess the new crystal's working. Yeah, I was like, I said, wow, I forgot I had that. So, yeah, I guess it's something I bought and put aside. Those are the two names over on Facebook. So if I called your name, please come on down. And if not, I'm going to skip to the next one. Okay, because we only have, like I said, so much time today. Cannot go over today. And this particular type of spread does take a little bit longer, but I wanted to have something that takes a little bit more time to give you guys, definitely give you some more information is what we have. Okay. Yeah, I know we're on a delay, so always wait a bit and talk about first thing that pops up. All right, 5-directional spread. I don't know whether or not you've had any rune read from me before, but rune is a form of divination. It is not like a tarot card or an oracle card. Divination is kind of a different thing going on. Lots of stuff going on. All right. So let's see. We have welcome Peggy Shells. All right. So let's see. First card. Enzus. Good. Oh, Birkenau. No. He was. What's going down? What the heck? First card. Representing past obstacles, past of what's happening. And again, this one is for Chris. Okay. We're talking ancestors, relatives, anybody that is actually kind of related to you, whether it's somebody you kind of grew up with, but this is a relative. This is something in the past, and it influenced a lot of what's coming to you and a lot of obstacles you still have to deal with. So that's what Enzus is. Now, the second position is the problems that you do have coming up and the obstacles that are going to be in your path. Now, this is Birkenau, okay? Birkenau has to deal with birth, but this is a birth, this is death. This is a total ending of a particular situation. So there is a situation, but because of what's happening, there's an ending of it. It's almost like losing a friendship, changing what happens, totally not talking to someone just to get yourself more like namaste centered, getting away from negativity. Sometimes that's a good thing, and we have to do that. So there's like a lot of like, thank you, negative energy around you, and it seems to have a lot to do with that type of situation. So this is a big obstacle for you that you have to get through, because sometimes when we lose one, we lose the other. It's a particular type of situation that we have to deal with. I forgot my headphones on, and I didn't need to deal with that. The next one we have coming up is Heligas, and that's in the 3 position, which is stroke of luck, other beneficial influences working on your favor. Heligas cannot be upside down. See? That way, that way, that way. Heligas works good. So now we have coming up, these are your luck. Okay, this is air, transformation, egg of life. So what they're saying is, because of the past with the ancestors and the kind of the break of what's happening, this is something that's going to transform you into a more relaxed, positive type of individual, because this is the egg of life. This is you hatching out pretty much on your own, and almost like having that new start, that new beginning, that new situation, that new way of looking at things. So this is going to give you that new and that really awesome situation coming to you. Okay. And that's is again, that was in the position of your beneficial influences and things that are going to work in your favor. So you're going to work through this. It looks like pretty good. The next one we have coming up is Uros. Now, Uros, unfortunately, is in the upside down position, and this is the immediate outcome, immediately, okay? So instead of feeling like you're full of energy and you're empowered, you're going to feel a little drained, a little depressed here and there. Sunstone is really, really good for depression. Helps bring that sunshine in and helps you to remember certain things. There's a couple other ones that work for that as well. So try to find positive things that give you that happiness, that happy feeling. Okay. Even if you have to fake it till you make it, trust me, it works. You need to laugh, watch a comedy show. When I need to laugh, I watch Jeff Dunham arguing with himself, because I think it's bloody funny. So a lot of people are like, what? Yeah, he argues with himself. So I like that when it makes me feel good. Those are little things that can actually help you out. And again, this is the short-term outcome. Okay. And then we have EWAS. Now, EWAS, unfortunately, is in the upside down relationship, upside down position too. I do not see a repair in this relationship coming. I don't see that it's going to eventually work to the way that you want it to in this particular relationship. This is something that kind of isn't meant to be. So in this particular situation, the best thing you can do for you is you need to let it go. Don't let it, not resolve. That's not the word they're saying. Don't let it thank you. Don't let it define yourself. Okay. You are not your past. You are your present and your future. That's the direction you need to go into. So don't allow someone else's opinion, situations, or words that they have said to cause this. So this is what we need to look for right now. And again, that one was for Chris Rodman. Okay. So hopefully sounds like a reading I need when I was 19, but then my life was stuck on replay for a long time. Sometimes situations have a tendency to come back up because it's things that we do need to work through. And again, I have no control over what they're telling me. I just kind of state it, and the runes just kind of go with it. And yeah, sometimes we need to work through those situations because it's something we haven't really worked through before. Okay, let's see who we have. There was one more on Facebook. Yeah, Sandra Dye, and then Keith Ottersberg, both on Facebook. We have Sandra Dye and Keith Ottersberg over on Facebook. And yes, we still have time. And we're doing the 5 directions today. And again, I'm throwing cards. What is up with this? Wow, I threw Uros. So now I'm going to shuffle. I put it on the top. I put Uros on the top. I'm going to shuffle and see what happens. I am going to get to as many people as I am. So just stay tuned. I'm going to call your name. Let me know you're here. And I will start the read. Okay, we're doing the 5 directions is what we're actually doing today. So I called a couple more names, both on Facebook. So please, I think it was Sandra Dye and Mr. Keith Ottersberg from the Otter's Den. Those are the next two. Hello, Velma. Hello, Brolick. Next two over on Facebook. Okay, Keith is still here. We'll do you first. Sandra, if you're still here, just check in. Okay, let's see what's going on with Mr. Keith. Okay. All right. That's a good. Okay. Ooh. All right. He's like, what? What? Okay. Now, as far as your past influences, okay. And again, the 1 position always deals with your influences in your past. And like your Corey, things that we needed to work on. And this is like the past. Now, the past is, of course, what we're talking about is now these. This is like always dealing with your necessities, nothing extravagant. Always had to be your basic needs is what you had to work on. These are things that were always, and again, this is now in the past. So something must be expanding. So let's find out what happened. And the shadow work you did is also represented by now these in the past, because now these represents shadow, necessity, needs, function. So this is all basic, what's happened in order for us to be able to grow, move forward. These are the basic things that we need to work on, okay? And that's the stuff that's in your past. Now, let's see. Potential obstacles and problems. What do we have? We have Lagoose. Lagoose. I don't know why I do that every freaking time. Okay, Lagoose has to do with water, and it has to do with living, renewal, and fertility. And that is sometimes we have a tendency to get stuck and not able to move forward. So even though this is in the upright position, this is saying that as far as you, the water seems to be a little stuck. Okay, so what you want to do is you need to work through renewing your energy, so to speak, for situations and people, places, and things that you have been working on. Allow that renewal to come forward, because this for you, for some reason, is an obstacle. You have a tendency to go back to the past, okay, in certain situations, rather than seeing the good of what could be coming to you. That's still a big challenge for you. That's something that they want you to work on. Okay, so now we have in the 3rd position, we actually have Perthrow. Now, Perthrow is in the 3rd position. It's stroke of luck, other beneficial influences actually working in your particular favor, your hearth, your home. Believe it or not, this is what it is. Divination, of course, luck, primal law. All of these are with you in Perthrow. This is your luck. This is your energy. These are things that are actually going to go in a really good direction for you right now. Everything is surrounded around your hearth, surrounded by your house. So there is good things coming, okay? Good things, good situations. Things are going to finally progress. So that's good as far as your hearth. That also represents not being lonely, but not having a stress at the same time, if you can understand that. So this is coming into you. But the next 2 cards are actually kind of upside down. So the immediate outcome, oh, that one can't be. The immediate outcome is Soilo. And again, that's in the 4th position, and that is your ultimate immediate outcome. What is directly coming to you right now? Okay, now Soilo represents sun. Wheel of the Year, Thunderbolt, Sunshine. So there's there's a light at the end of the rainbow. So we have this. We have the movement actually coming into play with the wheel of power, the wheel of energy. Things are going to finally start flowing in a good direction immediately. This is going to happen. Things are going to start flowing. They're going to start working the way that you've wanted to originally, and that's a really good place to be. The only other part, which is not so good, which is Fayu. Now, Your block and your holdup of getting all of this, of course, is, drum roll, please. Yes, okay. We're talking Feiyu. We're talking wealth. Feiyu represents income, wealth, cattle. It also represents the goddess Fei. So the stressful income has to do with the way for you need to complete it, has to do with the finances, okay? But your hearth, the working with people, the shadow work, the having the luck, these are things that are coming into play. So look for a workaround. Look for assistance and help. Take avenues normally less taken is what they're actually telling me to tell you to do. And again, this could have something to do with like grants for this, grant for that, based on this particular type of situation. There's always, where there's a will, there's a way to help you get through this. So if you know what's coming, okay, then we know. It's like, okay, I have a used car, I really want a brand new one, but I know I have financial issues coming up. Well, not getting the new one, I'm just going to fix the old one. That type of situation. So it's get this workaround, get this situation. And the help is actually something that's going to come. Okay, it'll come in quite quickly at first, but then it's going to slow down a little bit. So you want to be prepared for that slowdown, if that makes sense to you. And again, that was for Mr. Ottersberg. Hopefully that helped you out. Okay, let's go back up, see who we got. We got about 15 minutes left. And again, these take a little bit longer. All right, if Miss Sandra Jai is not here, then we have Lisa Parrish and Lisa Parrish and Nikki. Lisa. Okay, so these are the names I'm going to call, whoever comes on first. Let's see. Makes good. Thank you. I'm glad it helped, hon. That's all I worry about. So I'm going to call these names. Come on down and I'll do who I can before time is up. We have Sandra Dry was next in line. Elisa Parrish also over on Facebook. Let's see. Linda, I did. Kendra, I did. And then Miss Kelly and then Nikki. Those are the next four. I'm going to do the best that I can because, like I said, I wanted to do it this way. So if you heard your name called, please come on down. So what do you guys think so far of this particular style of read? I think it gives just a little bit more explanation. So, and so far I can feel the energy of the crystal working. So we'll see what happens. Let me know, guys, how things made out. I'd love to know if this actually works. Let's see. I have to go in line, honey. I'm going to do the best I can. Just everybody stick around and I'll see what I can do. I do have another show after me today. So, okay, we have Nikki. So Nikki is one of the names I called. And we're going to do Miss Nikki. Okay, we got Indio. So hello, Lagoose. Oh, Kenny's ass can't be upside down. Isn't that awesome? Iwas is okay. So and again, this is the past. Winjo. Winjo, of course, is in the past, and instead of joy, sadness. Okay. Yes, definitely sadness instead of happiness. This is, believe it or not, honey, it's in the past. Okay. This is all in the past because Winjo represents kinship, heritage, joy, things that we do find a lot of happiness in past. Okay. So this is because this is sadness. They're saying this is sadness is something that's in the past. So that you were a little bit sad, you were feeling down. So you're starting to pick yourself back up again, which is good. Now, the challenges you do have coming, which is the problems and potential obstacles in the number 2 position, is Soilo. Soilo. Soilo is the sun, the wheel of power, the sun, the energy that's actually coming in, a thunderbolt, which means like a jolt of energy. These are obstacles for you, and I think you understand why these are particular obstacles, okay? So these obstacles that you do have coming has to do with the energy. Energy for you has a lot to do with downloads. Even though negative energy is gone, you have a lot of information coming towards you all at once. It's hard to sort it out, but just keep writing it down. This is something you need to get through all this energy bolts and lightning and things coming in towards you. And again, it's coming in from many different directions at once. That was in your number 2 position. Number 3 position. Number 3 position, we are dealing with stroke of luck and beneficial influences that are actually going to work in your favor. Now we have Lagoose. Lagoose. I don't know why I do that every time, Lagoose. Okay. Lagoose deals with water, fertility, living renewal. Okay. So things that are going to work in your favor is movement. Things are going to be moving in. You're not fighting an uphill battle. Things are going to be flowing very easy. You're not in a rapid river, so to speak. You're not in that. Okay, so we're going to have like a living renewal of life, a renewal of things that are actually coming. And again, they're saying less pain. For some reason, less pain is coming, which normally if winter is coming, you get more pain. But for some reason for you, we're dealing with the less pain. Okay, now in the 4th position, this is the immediate outcome. The immediate outcome is Kenny's ass. That's fire. Fire for you is the energy, the basis of what you have coming in. Okay, it's also a representation of knowledge. All this knowledge that you have, pretty much, you're going to be on fire with a ton of knowledge that you do have coming, and understanding of things that are happening, which is a really good thing. But unfortunately, there is one downside, and the final outcome has to do with relationships. There's going to be one that will be disconnected. One relationship, for some reason, they're saying there's a disconnect, is what they're saying. Twins. Twins. Two people alike, kind of like separating, so to speak. So I don't know if that's a friend of yours, or if it has to do with kids or a person around you. There's some type of a separation coming. That seems to be the final outcome for you. And again, it has to do with relationships, people, places, things, stuff like that. Okay. So hopefully that'll help you out. Okay. Okay. So what is it? Mine told me that someone means something to me is sounded by problems, but that's what I personally got from it. Perhaps the surrounding cards. No. Runes don't blame anybody. Runes tell you it's a form of divination, and in divination, it tells you what could possibly happen, what is coming. It's how you welcome. It's how the Vikings used to decide whether to go to war, or left, right, where to raid. It's a form of divination. They would use this based on their Seda, okay, or the Veolva, which is the female version of it. They would use it to divine. So what they're saying is sometimes we do have, everybody has things to work on. I still have things to work on. There's no such thing as a perfect person, but sometimes we need to let go of particular situations in order to help ourselves become better. Like being around a negative person is not beneficial to us, because that negative energy can be absorbed in our spirit. We don't want that. And I think that's what it means by that. Now, I did call some other names. Let's see, who do we have here? And again, we're going to try this one more kind. Sandra Dye, if you're here. Lisa Parrish. Let's see. And then we have Kelly Corral. And that's who we have right now. Yeah. And that's what happens. Sometimes we need to let go of particular situations in order to benefit ourselves. I kind of think of things this way. Not everybody is going to, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but the people that truly know me like who I am. So I choose, and again, it's my choice. I choose not to allow negativity towards me. I choose not to allow other people's opinions affect me. I will absorb it, I'll look at it, but it's not going to affect who I am as an individual in my spirit. So therefore, it doesn't control me. And that's what I mean by that. I think it has something to do with my grandmother used to said. Those are the next names that I call, guys. Please come on down if you are here. So it's like my grandmother always told me, if they're not paying you rent to rent space in your head, kick them out. My grandmother was a feisty one, I'll tell you. That's what she used to tell me. If they're still in your head and they're not paying you rent to rent space in your head, kick them the heck out. And that's what it is. Okay, I called the next names, guys. Come on down. Let's go back up again and we'll check one more time. We had Sandra Dye on Facebook. We have Lisa Parrish on Facebook. And let's see. Then we have, let's see. Kelly. Peggy Shells. I probably have time for maybe one or two more. So I'm calling the names in the order that they come. And then YouTube is Brolick. Let's see, Brolick Velmar. Okay, I'll be here. Okay, let's see who we got here. Okay, here we go. All right, there's Peggy Shells. Okay, all right, Miss Peggy. And again, I do this every Tuesday, and sometimes I just do different styles, different methods of it. I don't use the wooden runes or the crystal runes because I'll throw them all over my desk and I wouldn't be able to find them. So I found a deck that I use that just has the runes on it, which helps. Okay, so I go down the list from the start to the finish, and we'll do the best we can here. All right, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, Isa, okay. Haligas, okay. That can go that way. Othello and then Zeus cannot. Feiyu, pass, Feiyu. Okay, deals with your past influences or your Corey, which means situations, places, and things that have affected you. Feiyu represents money. So we have had a lot of money situations happening to you in the past. This is for Miss Peggy Shells. Now, the potential obstacles that you have to deal with, this was the financial situation. They're saying that's in the past. Okay, now Heligas, as we're talking, deals with the problems, the obstacles that are coming up in your path right now. This is transformation, also a new beginning. For some reason, a new beginning coming to you is a bit of an obstacle, an egg of life, transformative, air, movement, things that are actually going in a particular situation. Okay, that seems to be an obstacle, even though it's a new beginning and it's a good one. It's just sometimes it's hard to change. Okay, so that's what you have coming in towards you. Then we have Enzus. Now, Enzus is your luck and beneficial influences that are actually going to work in your favor, which sometimes having an upside down card is a really weird situation. Okay, so this Enzus deals with Odin, deals with ancestors, like gods, higher powers is what it deals with, what you consider higher powers. Our ancestors, our loved ones, people that we look up to are not going to be there to assist you, but this is actually beneficial to you. Okay, sometimes in my case, the best thing in the world my mother ever did for me was tell me it was time to get out of the house. Why? Because I learned how to stand on my own 2 feet. So at the time, it's always, oh my God, because that's what it was. But now it's like, yeah, I learned how to stand up. I learned how to get through situations. I learned how to deal with things. I learned how to bargain on. So there's a lot of things I learned because of that. So sometimes situations like this are beneficial. The next one we have coming up is the immediate outcome, which is Isa, ice, baby. So this is ice. This is understanding of a particular situation, person, place, or thing, not sure. So there's an understanding coming in towards you with what's happening around you and the things that you learn. You're finally going to say, okay, I get that. And I've done that when I go into the kitchen and I forgot what I went in for. Then I go back in and I remember. Yeah, okay. but a little bit deeper than that. So that's what we have coming in as far as the ice. Okay. Now, the final outcome. Okay. This deals with, it represents both the eventual outcome and the lessons you should have learned during this particular situation, because runes deal a lot with lessons, kind of like a internal type shadow work is what you can call it. And again, we're dealing with Othello or Othello. Okay. This is ancestors, is what we're dealing with, this ancestral type law. Ooh, I got time for one more. Okay, and this has to do with not property, not your property. It has to do with someone else's. Okay, and we're not dealing with your genetics. We're dealing with someone else's genetics. Okay, so I think the lesson that they're stating that you need to learn is learn how to um, focus more on keeping the positive within yourself. In other words, not your monkey, not your circus. Oh my God, now my relatives are coming in. Not your monkey, not your circus, so to speak. Learn to focus on what's best for you. You have to be able to move forward for yourself. I mean, don't sit there and bash on somebody to get ahead, but learn how to focus on what makes you happy, what brings out that joy. That's I think what they're telling me as far as the lesson that they need to learn for you, which is pretty awesome. My God, it's getting hot in here. Okay, we have time for one more here. Who was next on my list? That was Peggy. That was for you, Miss Peggy. And then Becky Rowe. You're welcome, honey. Hopefully it helps. Okay, we got Miss Kelly Carell over on YouTube. She was in next. Sorry, guys. I only have an hour today. I can spend a little bit more time doing this next week, but we have Mystic Mayhem today. And you know how it is. Girls just can't be rushed. All right. So we got Miss Kelly Carell happening here. All right. So number one position, number one, number two, number three, number four, number five. Inguas. Inguas. Sorry. Don't mind me today. First one, Inguas. Inguas cannot be upside down. You can see. Cannot be upside down. First position has to do with the past. Influences, things that affected you on your Corey, which is person, place, thing, and other situations that are actually coming. This has to do with harmony. Harmony within your life. For some reason, they're saying the harmony is something that's in the past. And again, we're dealing with music. I have something about music and harmony going together. And it's almost like I want to flash on an image over here and I can't see it. This they're saying is something that's in the past. It's kind of gone, okay? And I'm not really sure why yet. So that we'll try to figure that out. Perthrow is coming in. That's the one that deals with potential problems and obstacles on your path. And this is the card number 2. Okay, so Perthrow comes in and deals with your hearth. Okay, this is something to do with home, luck. These are your obstacles right now. So pretty much, even though it's not upside down, it it's a really hard situation. But divination, primal law, we're dealing with hearth and home. There are going to be some obstacles coming up as far as home life and situations that are going to affect you and what you can do and what you can't do. It's kind of like going to refocus your focus. This is what I'm being told. It's a very weird situation. So Tiwaz. Okay, so Tiwaz is coming into play, and Tiwaz again is your stroke of luck and other beneficial influences in your favor. Tiwaz is victory. Okay, we're dealing with masculine energy. We're dealing with the warrior. So it's almost like, and again, you've been to hell and back again several times. But for some reason, it's almost like this final time is working because it finally puts you in that battle ready mode. And that battle ready mode is something. I don't mean you're going to go out and buy a sword, a shield, and start beating people with it. I mean that you have that battle ready. You're ready to face anything. Nothing is going to bother you anymore. That type of situation. That's where this victory is coming in. And that's why these are coming up the way these are. Okay, the next one we have coming up is number 4, which is the immediate outcome. We have Jaw. Earth, circles, right action. Glasses falling off. So you have this really awesome right action that's coming in. Everything you're doing, you're getting through this, you're getting through everything, and things are going to start coming full circle, and it's going to be working good. So Jirah immediately, okay, we have this energy coming in, which is earth energy, which is mother energy, which is grounding energy, circles. Things are going to be coming around full circle in a good manner, okay? But unfortunately, we have Thurizaz. Why does this happen? Thurizaz is not in an right position, okay? So Thurizaz is coming in where you're not protected. The movement, which has to do with polarity and the way things move, like regeneration, things are not going to regenerate as quickly as you need them to. So things are going to go a little bit more slower than what you like, but that's part of the lesson. That's part of the things that you need to come in. So it's going to be slow moving, but it is going to move forward in a good right action. Had no car, but got a new job. Yeah. So it's like just patience, time, situations that are actually moving into a right direction. Okay. So I am sorry, guys. We do have Mystic Mayhem after this. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I actually enjoyed doing it this way. I do like this. I could take a little bit more time and maybe go an hour and a half. Next Tuesday, we can do this again. And or we could try another spread. But I really like the 5-direction spread because it really adds that kind of benefit. So, and the crystal is this one. It's a new one that I'm working with right now. And again, it's a Sugar Light. So Sugar Light is the new crystal I'm working with, and I wanted to see how it worked. So all I can say to you guys is I love you and peace out and tips your hat. Yeah, I know. I'm wacky. My man loves you. My man loves me. All right, let's see if we can find the ending here because I'm all over the found it. Bye.